So we're a week away from the first presidential debate of the 2024 election, and the stage has been set. There's no live audience, no opening statements, no notes allowed. Microphones will also be muted while the other candidate is speaking, which could stop Trump from going into rants like this. Watch.
Is anybody going to watch the debate? He's going to be so pumped up. He's going to be pumped up. You know all that stuff that was missing about a month ago from the White House? What happened? Who left it? Somebody left it there. I wonder, let's see, somebody left a laptop in an office of a gentleman who was supposed to fix the laptop from hell. He never picked it up, and somebody didn't pick up hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cocaine. I wonder who that could have been. I don't know. Actually, I think it was Joe.
So Joe Biden is the oldest, he would be the oldest living president, and Trump would be the oldest living convicted felon. So who has got more to prove here?
I think the stakes are incredibly high for both. I think it's important that it's happening for democracy, seeing them side by side, seeing the contrast and the juxtaposition. For Biden, I think he needs to take head on the issue of age and vitality. He needs to show up. He needs to look forceful and command of facts. Donald Trump needs to appear not crazy. And I have to say
that's going to be hard, Alyssa.
There is a world in which he could get through 90 minutes, keep it substantive, focus on policy. I've seen him do it. They shouldn't dismiss that he can. But on the other side, he might shout out a domestic terrorism organization like he did in the first debate. So we don't know, but I think a record number of people will tune into this. But also what matters is what ends up on TikTok. What are the viral moments? What are the pull quotes that people see? People, 6 in 10 Americans didn't want this rematch, but here we are, and they're going to tune in to see who the best option is.
You know, I think the Republicans and Trump and his minions have done themselves such a disservice with all of these edited, cut and spliced videos that they're spreading around of Biden seeming lost and decrepit, because they've made it so, they've lowered the bar so that if Joe Biden shows up and doesn't keel over on his way to the podium, he's had a good night. And I also think that it's part of the reason that you now see Trump saying, "Oh, he's on drugs," which, by the way, I can't believe we have to say this, but is patently false. Everything you just saw in that video, there is no evidence for. It is absolutely false. He's making it up. I think Joe Biden needs to get under his skin. I think he needs to mock him, get under his skin. He needs to cure Trump amnesia that this country has and remind us of the horror of the 4 years. He needs to tout and take credit for all the things his administration has done, but also be forward-looking.
He doesn't need to mock him, though. I think it's so easy to rattle him, and you could stay...
To rattle who? Trump.
Donald Trump. You could stay the more, regular person and be the contrast to his crazy, just by talking about some things that enrage him. Start by talking about who won the election. Go from there. You can literally... He is a highly emotional, reactive human being. It's not response. Responding to someone takes thought and is usually careful. He is only reactive. So I think he just has to start slow, and I would prefer he doesn't mock him, because mocking is Donald Trump's weapon. He does it well. Let him do that. Beat him on calm topics that will just make him lose his mind.
What if Trump says something about his son, about Biden's son?
I think
that's a trigger point.
I think Biden is a real statesman, and I think he will rise to that occasion, right? And we know who Trump is. He's a convicted felon, 34
times.
I think people will tune in. I'm curious as to how many people will tune in. I mean, we have to, because we do it for a living. Pew Research pegs the number of voters who make up their mind.
Talking about before the debate, the women in the views all have different opinion, and they were giving their own opinion. Talking about that debate particularly, there's not going to be no microphone, there's not going to be no audience, and no one is going to just talk as you want to talk. It's going to be timely. After timely, the next person is going to take over. So the women in the views were all happy about that, and all of them were just saying that President Donald Trump, we all know how raggy he is. President Biden have to prepare well, because we saw President Donald Trump in the rally, how he was talking about President Biden. Someone took the laptop to the White House and they repaired the laptop. The person could not pick up, and they saw the laptop got missing, and they was cooking there. Who was that person? It was President Biden. He was making joke and just laughing. So the women in the view did not find that funny. because they were saying that this is exactly what President Donald Trump is going to do, about just laughing carelessly, about just doing nonsense carelessly. So basically, what do you really see about that? So the women in the view, they were not happy about that, and they were just saying that President Donald Trump is just an example of what is going to happen. That President Donald Trump is just a victim of what is going to take place. That they don't want such a thing to happen, because President Donald Trump, all he does, and that's a lie, that did not happen. He's just lying. So they were saying that in that debate, President Biden have to go under his skin, President Donald Trump under his skin, and tell President Donald Trump all those things that he has been doing. President Biden cannot just keep quiet. He don't have to fight back like President Donald Trump, because all what President Donald Trump wants, according to the women in view, is to force, is to fight. But President Biden cannot lower himself and be fighting with him. President Biden have to be a bigger person. All he just have to do is just pinpoint of those necessary things, those necessary things, that those real episodes that happen with President Biden. But according to somebody like Whoopi was saying that, according to someone like Joy Behar went ahead, and Joy Behar was saying it's a good thing. You should just went ahead and even tell him about Stormy Daniel. What about you and the porn star? What are you talking about? You cannot tell me nothing. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. You are the porn star with you. Who are you to talk to me? So they just saying that they know the good thing. You cannot be talking about porn star in such a scenario. Just go ahead and talk about the different things he has done. He has been evicted many times. Something that will trigger him, and you just went up and just start talking. You started the January 6th. Who are you? Something that will just push Donald Trump, and he will just be talking without even stopping. So the women in the view have their own scenario, and they were very sensitive also that Stormy Daniel is the last thing that let President Biden don't go low. So they were saying out more of, if you bring out President Biden's son's name, what is President Biden going to do? Because usually we see that last time, it's something that will always trigger him, the love he has for the child, about the addiction. So Anna was saying that almost every family in the United States have an incident of a loved one who have been addicted to something. So even President Donald Trump's elder brother died of addiction. So you should not just be talking all those type of things. And then basically the women in the view had their own different option to give and their own opinion, and that the best way to do with President Donald Trump is to be on a higher level, is not to go low with him, just be above him. It means you're not like fighting the way he's fighting, you're not insulting him, you're bringing out facts. What do you really think? Do you really think that President Donald Trump is being triggered by any little thing, or the women in the view just overseeing it? And what will you advise President Donald Trump on how to behave next time if he's being asked such a question? And what will be your own advice to President Biden also? Let me see your opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and share the video. God bless you.